Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Make My Food Awesome. I'm Mark Allen France, your guide to good food, and this is Tricia Morrissey, the holy heiress of habaneros.
I hope that doesn't mean I have to eat those.
No, it just means you're hot.
Well, it is warm in
It
here.
is warm. It is very. You're still hot, honey. I still love you.
Oh, well,
But
thank
it is.
you.
It's warm in here. It's been sweltering. It's supposed to be up to 90 today. But
Oh, goodness.
anyways, so we've got a really fun show today. We're going to
We
be
do.
sharing two different things with them. One is going to be, we actually went out earlier today to Meijer, and we picked up some items. Mm-hmm. You know what? We'll take you along right now. This is exactly what we picked up. First, we looked at some of the Morningstar Farms burgers, but Tricia found this Gardein burger that I hadn't had before that I wanted to try.
The next thing that we picked up was one of Mark's favorites, the Boca Burger.
I love my Boca.
He does.
Of course, there's Dr. Prager's, and I figured I'd go ahead and pick up something I hadn't tried before. And then I haven't had any Amy's burgers before, and I wanted to get this one.
But it had corn in it, and corn and I, we don't get along.
So we got the Sonoma burger. Okay, so this is what we got, guys. As you can see, we found a bunch of different things at Meijer that we checked out that were plant-based and vegan.
Right.
So we wanted to pick up some hamburgers and go ahead. We're going to grill these up and give them a taste and check out to see which one we think is the best. Now, I've had Boca a lot, and I know how the Boca tastes. I haven't had the Gardein or the Amy's. I have had a Dr. Prager's before. Dr. Prager's is really good, but these are going to be two new ones for me, and we're going to try them out and see what they taste like.
Right, because it is grilling season.
Exactly.
Summer's finally here, so anytime we can grill and not have to be, in the hot months slaving over the stove and oven, then it's better.
But it does not, as you all know, it doesn't have to be the summertime for me to grill. I grill
No, he grills year
whenever.
round.
But and then after we taste test these, we're going to take the remaining bits of the burger that we have, and we're going to make a fun dish, which is going to be a homemade spaghetti sauce, and have a nice spaghetti for dinner.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds good. Now I know that one ingredient here, of all the ingredients that's prominent in all four of these, is onion powder, and I know that you know a little bit about some benefits of onion powder.
Yeah, I mean, it's purely onion, right? So it's just dried and ground up. So onion powder has a lot of the same benefits that a normal regular onion would. Just to remind you of what those are, they have vitamin B and vitamin C. The minerals that are found in onions are magnesium, calcium, iron, and potassium. They're good antioxidants in onions. They also have an antibacterial property to them. And when you consume either onion powder or onions, it helps reduce your blood sugar levels, which is good for people that are dealing with diabetes, or even it's good for the heart to keep your blood sugar levels low. It also has anticoagulant, anticoagulant.
Say that 5 times, honey.
Anticoagulant properties that helps the blood flow easily through the circulatory system, which helps prevent blockages as long as you're also eating high fiber in your diet as well. So those together are really powerful for heart health.
Awesome. So you know what? We're going to take these. We're going to head outside, hit the grill, and we'll be right back in a second. Let's
See
go.
ya. So the first two burgers I put on is the Boca Burger and then the Dr. Prager. These both take longer to cook than the other two brands. About 4 minutes after, I give them a good flip, so they'll cook through.
They definitely smell good.
Yes, they do.
So then Tricia adds on the Amy's and the Gardein burgers, closes the top and allows those to cook for several minutes on each side before giving them a nice flip. And they certainly all look very delicious. Finally, we remove them from the grill. Okay, and there we go. We've got all 4 of our burgers are cooked.
Yeah, I
We've
can't wait to try them.
Oh, I know. And as you can see by when we were out there grilling them, they look delicious. They look like real burgers. Not saying that they're not real burgers. They're just not
They're
meaty
vegan.
burgers.
They're vegan burgers.
Exactly. So we've got this one right here is going to be the Amy's, right?
Yep. This is the Boca Burger.
Okay.
Gardein. And Dr. Prager's.
Dr. Prager's. And you know what? Looking at these, which one to you? I see two that look like burgers to me.
I would think these two because they're darker brown.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say these two, Boca and Gardein, look more like a burger.
This to me looks like a patty that you'd find at McDonald's.
Mm-hmm. And this is maybe something you'd see at the school lunch line.
This one,
Texture ones.
however, this one looks to be the heartier one.
Mm-hmm.
I love the color in it.
Yeah, and when you lifted it up a little bit, when we took it off the cook plate, there's a little bit of red juice on there, which I'm thinking is probably beet juice. It looks sort of like beef juice, but it was beet juice.
Exactly.
Right.
Difference of one letter.
Do you want to go ahead and...
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to cut them each in half and then quarter that and then taste them. So let's go ahead. Want to start with Amy's?
Sure. We'll go alphabetical.
Exactly. So this is Amy's. There we go.
All right, you ready? All right, here we go.
I'm gonna.
You're gonna chop yours?
Yes, and I'm just gonna.
I'm just gonna put it on there. Mmm.
Got the grill taste in there. Definitely. I can see are some carrots in there.
Mm-hmm. Good flavor.
Now, it falls apart pretty easily.
Yeah, it's crumbly. It tastes... I know this is gonna sound weird.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like a fried rice to me.
It does. It does.
With veggies, like a veggie fried rice. That's exactly what it tastes like. But you can taste the grill flavor in there.
Right.
The
Exactly.
smokiness of that.
Now this one.
That has a really good flavor. It's just crumbly.
Crumbly. This one's a little bit more like a meaty texture to it.
Mm-hmm. This is the Boca Burger.
The Boca Burger, yeah. This is your piece. Now, I know what a Boca Burger tastes like because I get a lot of Boca Burgers. I do like them, but I also like the Dr. Prager's.
That's tricking me. It tastes like a beef burger.
It does.
It tastes just like a beef one.
Mm-hmm.
The
It's very
consistency,
good.
too. It tastes like and feels like hamburger.
Now, I bet you put a little of ketchup on there, mustard, mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. Okay.
Definitely really good.
Mm-hmm.
So now, the Gardein.
Mm-hmm.
Similar in the texture to the Boca Burger.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna go ahead, I'm gonna cut mine.
You cut mine too, please.
Yes, dear. There you go.
Okay. I can feed myself.
Okay, let's try this.
This
Wow.
tastes like beef too, but it's got more of like almost a smoky barbecue flavor to it.
Right. Now,
The texture's very much like beef.
that's tough. Between those two?
Mm-hmm. Very similar.
Now, ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can see. Look at that.
Yeah, that looks
It's
like
almost like a medium
like
meat.
a medium burger. Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to cut that in half because those are
These are bigger
like
pieces.
twice the thickness of the rest.
Yes. Okay, so here you go.
Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm. I like the Dr. Prager's.
It's moist
Yes.
and it's got a good mouthfeel to it. But the flavor's different.
The flavor is different. It does not have
as much flavor.
Yes, it's
as
these other
any
two.
of them.
Now I know
The three.
different. Some of the burgers use soy in them, and that's going to bring out a stronger flavor too. But definitely. Now, really quick.
Oh, really? This is gonna be hard.
This is going to be the fun part. So let's go ahead and go with number 4.
Okay, wait. Are we basing this on what?
Everything.
Everything?
Texture, flavor,
mouthfeel, flavor.
everything. My number 4. Ready? 1.
Wait. I'm still having a hard time.
Amy's Boca.
I know.
Okay.
Jardine and Dr. Prager's.
Okay, this is my number 4. I love a lot of Amy's products, but
Yeah,
this is number 4
I would
for
agree
me.
4 because if you're going for like a true burger experience, that's more like eating a veggie fried rice.
Exactly.
Not that it's bad; it's really good. But
Okay.
if I'm looking for a burger to go in the bun, I don't know if I'd really, per se, I have to have
Number
it.
3. Ready? Here we go. And 3, 2, 1.
I might agree with you because it doesn't have as much flavor.
I like it. I love Dr. Prager's. They had a big sale on them one time. I bought tons of them.
Yeah, I don't think you had that flavor though.
No, I didn't have this particular one. But, there's some of them that I really like. But this one, unfortunately, it's coming down to these last 2. Now, number 2, it's between
I know.
Boca.
I put this there.
Okay. And you know what? We completely agree. Boca Burger is number 1.
The flavor and the texture,
The look, the
smell, everything is like I could fool my kids with that. They would know no different.
Exactly.
And I could probably fool them with the Gardein burger.
Yes.
The
We
other
should try
two
that
definitely
sometime.
not.
So you know what we can do? Let's go ahead. We're going to use the last remaining pieces of the burger, and we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and grab the pan, and we'll get set up to make our spaghetti sauce.
Yes.
So 1 second. Okay, there you could go. We are starting to get everything going inside of our pan. We put in a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and 1/2 of a yellow onion. And Tricia chopped it up nice and good. And she's finishing up chopping up. We have some, the equivalent of 1/2 of a bell pepper, and then we have got some garlic. So we're sweating this down a little bit more. We also, as you can tell, we don't have the roar of a fan on now because we forgot that we had it on in the last little segment. So we did turn that off. So now hopefully you guys can hear us better. But if you want to go ahead and add in both the bell pepper and the garlic. And it's just 1 clove of garlic that's minced up nice and fine. Nice job, honey. Smells good.
Yes,
We're going to
it
get this cooking, combine these flavors. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cook it for several minutes so that you get the bell pepper to soften up a little bit. And I know that there's good health benefits of bell pepper too. Along with, we're using onion.
Yep. Lots of vitamins in there with those bright colors.
Exactly. So I grew up with green bell peppers out in the garden, and something that I didn't know until I got a little bit older is that the different colors of your bell peppers are different flavors.
Yeah. And they're different stages of ripeness for the pepper.
Mm-hmm.
If you leave a green pepper on the stem long enough, it will change colors.
Yes, it will.
But there are different species of bell pepper too.
Yes.
So.
And I also know that sometimes your smaller peppers, if you get certain ones, they're going to have a little bit of a heat to it too. Not exactly like a jalapeno, but it is going to have a little bit of a bite in the back of your mouth with that. So
That smells
it
so
smells
good.
really, really good.
Yes, it does.
So this is looking really good. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in our tomato. Now, what we had is we had one 28-ounce can of no salt added diced tomatoes. We're going to go ahead and add that in. Tricia, make sure you don't get it on your
I'll step back.
on your white shirt.
It always
There we
happens
go.
when I wear white that we're going to eat something with splashy tomatoes. It happens all the time.
There we go. And go ahead and stir this together, and you're going to want to continue to cook this, allowing the liquid from your tomatoes to start to cook down. And as that cooks down with everything, it's going to start to thicken up, and that's going to create a nice hearty sauce, and for our spaghetti sauce. And I can smell the tomatoes in there.
It smells very good.
And as we've said before, one thing about tomatoes are very low in calories.
They are very low in calories and lots of health benefits.
So now let's go ahead and add in, we've got 1 tablespoon of basil, Tricia's favorite. Go ahead and add that in. And then we've got half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of ground cumin, and we've got, right there, we've got 1 teaspoon of tomato paste.
You might have to help that out.
Might have to get that guy out. Yep, actually I'll use this spoon. There we go. Thank you. And we've got pepper. And you're just adding pepper and no salt to taste. You don't have to add a ton of that into there. But, a little bit goes a long way, as they always say. If you want to add in more pepper, give it more of a bite, that's fine. If you like to have heat in your chili, or in your chili, in your spaghetti sauce. I keep thinking it was chili, because there's a lot of these same ingredients we use in our chili.
Right.
But if you want to have some heat into this, you can add in like some red pepper flakes, or you could chop up a jalapeno. You want to remove the seeds if you have someone like Tricia who's going to be eating it and they don't really want to have too much heat.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of heat. I like a little bit, but I still want to taste everything else. When there's too much heat, I tend to lose the flavor of everything else, and all I taste is fire. Well, the sensation is fire, I should say. It's not like I'm tasting fire.
Okay.
But it's a sensation. So I guess my question is, when do we add?
When this gets cooked down
meat?
more, if you want to go ahead and start chopping up the meat, that
Now,
would be
do you
fine.
want me to crumble it, or do you want me to chop it?
You can chop it. Just chop it up. Is
Really
fine.
tiny pieces?
It doesn't have to be super big. Depends on what you.
Like that?
That's perfectly fine with me. I want to have a little bite in there. So we're going to continue cooking this down, and then we're going to add in the meat. Okay, as you guys can see, it has thickened up considerably, and that took probably about a good 10 minutes to get it to this point. Now we're going to go ahead, and Tricia, if you want to add in our vegan burger, and I'm going to go ahead, and Tricia did nice bite-sized pieces. If you wanted to do it into a crumble, you could do it into a crumble. I know that as we were cooking it down, Tricia said that, she suggested maybe taking it and putting it in the blender, blending it up, and using it that way. You could do that if you wanted to do that.
If you wanted a finer sauce.
With this, it's nice. Even just adding that meat in there has gotten it to start to thicken up more. Now we're going to add in the noodles that Tricia cooked up. And if you want to go ahead and start...
Just use your hands there,
Exactly. I'm going to add in a little bit of that water there. The starch from the water is going to help thicken it up some.
Would you like some tongs?
If you have some tongs, or else I could use my hands.
I think maybe the tongs would be a better choice.
Possibly.
Here you go.
And we're going to go ahead and mix this together with the tongs. And there you go, honey. It does. It has some great colors on it. Yeah, get this together. And I'm going to go ahead and use a spoon to fold this in a little bit more. And I know that when we put some of the noodles into this bowl, it'll be fine because
it looks very delicious.
We'll be able to just spoon this on top. So yep, let's go ahead and I'm going to do the fancy way that they'd like to do on TV. And I'm going to go ahead. Whoopsie. That's not the fancy way they do it, but I'm going to try to get it to layer it on top and give it a little bit of a twist to it. And that gives it a nice appearance. There we go. And a little bit more. And now, give it a little last spin on top.
You want to top it with a little more sauce?
Top it with some sauce on there. Now with this, if you wanted to, you could go ahead on top. You could chop up some fresh basil. Put some fresh basil on there. You could take some. You could put a little bit of. What am I trying to think of? Nutritional yeast. You could put a little bit of nutritional yeast on there. Or if you wanted to, you could put some Daiya cheese on top of it, which would be absolutely fine. I'm going to set this off here. And I'm going to move. Is this turned off?
It is, but it's very hot, so please be careful.
Dear.
Maybe put it on that cutting board.
Set it back here. And there we go.
Yes, very pretty dish.
Very beautiful, beautiful dish. And do you want to go ahead and try it?
Yes, but you're going to try it first.
Why?
Make a dent for me, because I'm wearing white. I'm going to get this on my clothes. Come on, people.
I'm sorry.
I should have worn my apron today.
Let me get a nice piece there. Oh, I need to get a piece of noodle.
You need to twirl your fork. My turn.
Wow.
And that's going to be difficult. Hey, don't
come
move
over
so
here.
Far away.
There you go.
How am I supposed to get some
I was just trying to make sure that we got it in the other camera.
That's really good, but I shouldn't wear white.
That's all right. That's all right. Let's go ahead and get another bite in there. Mmm.
I'm having some difficulties.
See, I remember the days as a kid when you'd get that one noodle on your fork and it'd go in your mouth and you'd sit there and there was a point to suck that noodle all the way up so it flips around and then it gets all over you.
And we would be yelled at by my mom. We were not allowed to do that, so she taught us how to twist it on our fork and put it in our mouth quietly. That's very good, honey.
Tastes very good. This is a good hearty meal.
Whoa! I'm having all sorts of noodle problems.
It's
I have noodle fingers, I guess. Just slip it in there.
Wow, this episode's going many different places. So anyways, so from noodle fingers and from me, myself, and I, if this is the first time you guys are here, as we always say, pop down, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell, get all of our notifications for anything and everything that we do. If you want to get some of our recipes from our the shows that we do, go over to www.makemyfoodawesome.com. Go ahead and sign up for our newsletter.
Yep.
And if you have any ideas, what else should they do with those?
Send us some comments, things that you'd like to see us do on the show. Any feedback, we would love to hear from you guys. So check out our newsletter, check out our show, and please subscribe. Are you done making a mess over there?
At least it's not on the front of me.
Well, it is. You just can't see it.
Okay, maybe
Because
a
he's
little
wearing
bit.
the right color.
So, well, thank you guys for joining us again, and we'll see you back here on Make
My
My Food Awesome. You guys have a great evening, and try to stay cool. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.